shouldn't happen again. Alright, facing the east towards Jerusalem, all praises be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, bishops of the great millstone, which rule well and teach well and sincerity taught us this truth. Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, 144,000 men, as well as 1/3 men, women, and children, maintaining themselves, keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of their ability. Shalawam, Shalawam, it's your brother Yahawashi back row for another edifying street preaching. I, through the spirit and power of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Rakakadash, the names of the Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. Yahawah means He is, He exists. According to Exodus 3:14, 3:15, you can go read it. Okay, it says, Yahawah, I am the power of Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. This is my name forever, a memorial to all generations. So the name will never change. Malachi 3:6, Yahawah does not change, therefore the sons of Jacob are not consumed. So therefore his name will never change. Regardless what language you encounter, what language you learn, the name does not change. Okay, it doesn't change with the languages. Yahawah doesn't go with the punches. He doesn't flow with the waters. He doesn't move with the trends. Okay, his name is forever Yahawah. Alright, and the same as Yahawashi. The same, Malachi 1:21, thou shalt name him Yahawashi, for he shall save his people. Alright, you know that cuts so many weak ass doctrines saying that Yahawashi came for the world. No, he came for his people. So therefore, how could he be for the heathens? How could he be for the Russians? How could he be for the Moabites, the Ammonites, Chinese, Japanese? How could he be for Ishmaelites? Alright, how could he be awful for all these other people when he came for his people? Okay, if you go into John 3:16, they love to go there. Alright, he died for the world. Okay, that word there would be cosmos, meaning that he died for his nation, an arrangement, a government, a people. Okay, so simple things could be, you know, basic things could be fixed if you just go into the etymology of words, the study of words. Alright, simple and plain. But hey, our people are surface level. They Hosea 4:6. You know, they reject it. They hate knowledge. They reject knowledge. Therefore, they can't go into etymology. They can't go into words. They don't want to go past the surface. Therefore, you hit that iceberg every time and you'll sink ship. You a Titanic Israelite. Alright? That's what you want. And most people, they don't even believe they Israelites, man. They still want to be African Americans. Alright, last time I checked, you can't be from 2 continents. Okay? At the end of the day. And nobody is actually an American. Alright, before the term white was created, these people were Dutch, Scottish, Irish, British, you know, Portuguese, French, Spanish. I mean, what happened to those? Now everybody's just white. Now everybody's an American. Oh, well, what happened to all those other, you know? And at the end of the day, all of those, most of those, go back to Edomites. Now, Israelites also were Scottish and Irish. You know, you had Israelites that were in the land of Germany. You had Israelites that were in the land of Russia. You had Israelites that were in all these lands, all right, ruling and building up and teaching and producing in these lands, okay? So we you know, Jacob is the former of all things, as the scriptures say as well, all right? So regardless, this truth does not change. Regardless, it does not change. It will not change. You can't make it change. You can't change the names. You can't come in another name. Anybody that speaks another name, another Hamashiach, as Paul said, hey, he's a liar, man. I don't care if it's an angel that comes down and teaches you a different type of name. It's incorrect. Now that's getting to the point of the lesson. Distractions and order. Distractions and order. You have some men that reject and hate order. Let's go to Hebrews 5:12. All right. Because you brothers is you got these certain brothers, man. You want to distract the nation of Israel, and you want to put your energy on brothers that's actually doing the work, when you should be putting that energy on Esau. You're putting matters into, this brother rejected this brother from the camp, or he kicked the brother off from the camp, or what up. That ain't even, you know, well, man, put some energy into Esau. What's going on with Esau? Okay? Why you going against brothers that actually producing works and producing lessons and things of that nature, man? You know? And rejecting order. It's like, yo, if you were supposed to be an apostle, you were supposed to be a bishop, an elder, you would have been born early. You think Yahawah made a mistake? Oh, no, I'm supposed to be ahead of that brother. I'm supposed to be in front of that brother. No. We was all born when we were supposed to be born. You were set up when you were supposed to be set up. You came into this truth when you were supposed to come into this truth. All right? The Father does not make mistakes. Yahawashi does not make mistakes. So know your role, jabroni. As Dwayne Johnson would say, know your role. All right, let's go to Hebrews 5 and 12, man. Hey, Shalawam. Okay, Hebrews 5 and 12. And it reads, well, let's start at 11. Of whom we have many things to say, and hard to be uttered, seeing ye are dull of hearing. Men hate order. Men hate understanding. Men hate that they got to submit, and its elders actually set up on this earth to rule over them. Okay? That have been, what? Given the Rakakadash beforehand. That came into this truth beforehand. Alright? But you got these young bucks, you want to rise up and rebuke an elder. You see fit on yourself to rebuke an elder. Alright? You don't even supposed to do that, bro. In the military. Alright? I was an E1, and I lasted all the way to E5, and I got up out of that shit. Right? I couldn't never go at no E8 or no E9. I'm gonna get cussed out. I could never go at no officer or whatever, even if he was wrong. That's not my position. Don't you understand? You brothers don't understand order. Okay? If a E8 or E9, a higher ranking brother, is out of order, then somebody on his level will check him. You check those in your rank. We don't check elders, bro. Okay? This is where you brothers is off. Y'all thinking that y'all correct, and y'all high-minded and shit, and no, we can say, no! Let these elder men handle these matters. If this brother is off, then some brother higher than you will handle it. That's not your place. That's not your purpose. Come on, man. Y'all getting caught up in these damn wicked-ass distractions, man. Stick to the focus. We almost up out of here, and y'all want to divide. That's Satan. All right? 12. For when for the time ye ought to be teachers, you have need that one teach you again, which be the first principles of the oracles of power, and are become such as have need of milk and not of strong meat. You may be looking at a matter with a presumptuous mindset about you. You already got a feeling towards a brother, and it's incorrect. You can't judge righteously. If you already feel a certain way, nah, this brother always doing this. Why he always doing this to people? Why he always rebuking so much? Why he always on brothers' heads? Somebody need to check him. And that's how you feeling in your mindset, man. Because it spews out. Alright? And yes, you brothers are bitter, man. That's a bitter type of action. That's the action of a female. Females sit back and hold grudges, and they wait for the right time to strike, because they are just like Esau. They snakes. They sit back and wait. Oh, I'm going to wait for him. Boom, I'm going to get him right now. That's what you do. Okay? Out of all the bullshit that's going on in Israel, you want to go at an elder that's actually doing what he's supposed to do. Okay? You could have went at Alizé. You could have went at Nate. You could have went at Yahanna. You know, you could have went at all these other guys, but you go at the righteous men of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. Alright? Obviously, you don't want to be a part of the body. You don't want to work along with the body. Alright? If you can't see how this matter was supposed to be handled. A brother just got stabbed. A brother just got assaulted, attacked, attempted murder on that brother, man. And you think brothers is not going to sit around here and be circumspect and be careful of who we deal with? gullible and naive, man. At the end of the day, let me move this before it overheat. Put it over here, Slocky. We gotta move. Brothers don't actually believe we at warfare, man. That should be better. But we are in warfare. And it is getting physical. Okay? And if you brothers ain't alert and cautious, you will get caught up for the okie doke, as they say. Matter of fact, I need some more. Yeah, perfect. Right there. Shade. Give me that shade. I do not want my phone to overheat like it did 2 camps ago, man. Alright? And this is why you got elders to rule over you. Because what? They've been through it before. They've been through it before. Elder Apostle Tahar, Elder Apostle Gabar, Elder Apostle Bakar, Elder Apostle Ramlab, you know, they was there doing certain splits, seeing things, witnessing things. Alright, experience. Okay? So you go at, you know, you go at the brother over there in South Carolina and you think that he ain't run this through the elders, you think it didn't get ran up the chain of command or whatever, you think brothers is loose cannons. Alright? You off, bro. To you know, that UK brother, man, the London seer. You know, you might have thought it was the correct thing to say, but it wasn't, bro. It wasn't. Just sit back and handle what's yours. Make sure your region is good. Make sure you doing what you're supposed to do. Alright, you worrying about what's going on in somewhere else, but that ain't even your business. It comes to the point of being a busybody. You know, to be honest, that's not your position. And the brother, what's his name, man? Shalawam to that brother, but our reasonable service 777. Hey, edifying brother. But if you can't see that that brother got some bitter feelings towards other brothers, then you gotta check that, bro. Alright? It's not even his business to jump in another man's business. Shut the fuck. That dog, I ain't gonna lie, that was funny. But in the world, I'm not gonna be jumping in all these other matters that's going on that's not even pertaining to me, right? A man that jumps in many matters, bro, is eventually gonna catch up to you. What's the scripture? A man that judges many men, eventually he will be judged in that sense. So you gotta check yourself. Just stay out the way. Yeah, it's a time when you rebuke and correct, but not a man that's elder than you in that sense. Alright? Like I said, that chain, if it is off, if he is going off, they gonna handle it. That's not your position. Alright? It's like a damn lieutenant going at a general. No. First of all, you don't got the experience. You ain't got the firepower. You ain't got the artillery. The motherfucker think you think you are what's his name? Achilles? You think you are Achilles going at the king? Oh yeah, you a great fighter, but it ain't gonna work at the end of the day. Okay? We have to stay in order. Go back to Hebrews 5 and 12, get some more of that. And I'm not lingering on this subject that much, but order, when people is out of order, it leads to distractions because it leads to drama, it leads to gossip, it leads to bullshit. Like I called it on the lesson, granny gossip shit. This is what women sit around and do. Talk about people, gossip about people, blah, blah, blah. When they not even focusing on what's really priority and what's key and what you need to be zoning into. Like the MOTB, teaching people, all right? WW3, things that's taking place right now, all right? But you putting your energy into knocking down a brother, all right? Or so-called rebuking a brother. But that ain't even a correct rebuke, okay? Because it wasn't no rebuke needed. Hebrews 5 and 12, once again. Now actually 13, let's keep it going. For everyone that useth milk is unskillful in the word of righteousness, for he is a babe. But strong meat belongeth to them that are of full age, even those who by reason of use have their senses exercised to discern both good and evil. Alright? You have to sit back and judge a matter And I don't think the matter was, wasn't nothing wrong. The brother came, you already with another camp. And the brother even admitted that he was wrong. The brother that came to the brother, right? So, like nothing more to say on the matter. But brothers hold vendettas, certain grudges, and that's bitterness that's dwelling in a brother and it's eating a brother alive. And that will tear your soul up. Let's go to Leviticus 19. This is why we was warned about this. This is why it's in the law. If something's in the law, then it's to help you, it's to benefit you. But you think Yahawah just wrote it down for no reason? It's just in the law for no reason, not to hold grudges? Alright? Well, nah, Yahawah was just talking. He was just talking, huh? He was just that Moses wrote it down, write it down for nothing. So now we can hold grudges though. Come on, man. Esau want to see us divided. He want to see us go at one another. Because that's what we've been doing. That's them curses. That's what our people been doing forever. Going at one another. Alright? Shoot, going back to Gad fighting Gad. Shoot, Northern Kingdom, Southern Kingdom fighting one another. Right? It's been happening. It's been taking place. You can go back all the way to when all the brothers went at Joseph, threw him in a well, and then sold him off. Then he ended up in Egypt. Right? So animosity, tension, all this type of stuff. It's in these bodies. It's in this flesh. You ain't gonna get over this till you get up into that new body, man. So when this type of stuff happens, you gotta check it, correct it, examine yourself. Is this a demon? Is it jumping on me right now? Should I really say this? Or should I sit back and hold my peace? Alright? Focus on what you need to focus on. Alright? Really examine, especially when you considering a rebuke, considering the go at a brother. Alright? You gotta examine it. Alright? So this is Leviticus 19 and 15. Ye shall do no unrighteousness in judgment. Period. Thou shalt not respect the person of the poor, nor honor the person of the mighty, but in righteousness shall thou judge thy neighbor. At the end of the day, in righteousness. Okay? Not because of how a brother looks, or because of a brother's status, or a brother's rank, or whatever it is. Alright? But still on the same lines of that, you should keep it in your rank. And it's ranks on this thing. If you brothers don't understand, it's ranks down here, and it will be ranks in the kingdom. Then explain 144,000 to the 1/3. That's a different type of rank. The 12 apostles are different type of ranks. King David over those brothers is a different rank. Yahawashi over King David is a different rank. Yahawah over Yahawashi is a different rank. So that's an order structure. And that order structure is terrestrial and celestial. So it's an order structure down here on the earth. But you brothers want to deny that. Nah, it ain't no order structure. No, come on, man. Yes, it is. Moses was a different order structure than Korah. Don't be a Korah trying to go up at Moses, trying to go at men that have been ordained. Alright? That's what you look like right now. Nah, Moses, we don't have to do that. Nah, let's build a golden calf. Let's build a golden... Yeah, look what happened to you. This is what's going to happen to your ass. The earth is going to open up and eat you, swallow you, devour you. Alright? You cannot go at the order that has been set up. It's a lot of brothers out here that feel like the order hasn't been set up on the earth. So you think that Yahawah is the author of confusion. You think that he ain't gonna set it up on the earth once again how he always did. Started from Abba Bivens going down, Elder Abba Bivens going downward. Alright? King Mashah going downward. Men that have been set up. You think that was just for, is out of coincidence? It wasn't really supposed to happen? You think King David was raised up for nothing? The house of David, the tabernacle of David was raised up for nothing? The house of Saul got destroyed, took away for nothing? Right? okay? It's always been ordered. Always been ordered. Look at Elijah and Elisha, okay? Elisha looked at Elijah as a spiritual father, all right? He listened to him. He learned from him. He studied from him. He asked for a double portion of the Spirit, and it was gifted to him. That was an order because the brother was in order under his elder, under his teacher. He was in order. Elisha ain't gonna go at Elijah and, nah, you shouldn't do that, or you shouldn't do this, or you was wrong in that, or you boom, boom, boom. All right, and at the end of the day, if you feel like the brother's not right and his rebuke, then okay, simple. Don't watch him. That's it. Don't watch him. All right, leave it alone. But don't rebuke no elder. That's why the elders put out, brothers put out, hey, younger brothers, we don't need to be really rebuking Bishop Nathaniel. We don't need to be doing that. We go to IUIC, call them out for what they do, but Bishop Nathaniel was still an elder to us. Now, yeah, he may be wicked as hell at the end of the day, but you let the elders do that. You let the elders handle that. That's their ranks. All right? This is the thing, bro. It's actually ranks. This is what brothers can't understand, man. It's actually ranks on the earth. If I ain't getting nothing from Esau's military, I got a chain of command and order. And then I understood that coming into this thing. A chain of command, order, ranks. All right? Let's keep it going. This is verse 16. Thou shalt not go up and down as a talebearer among thy people, neither shalt thou stand against the blood of thy neighbor. I am Yahawah. A false rebuke is a lie. You're trying to slander a man. You're trying to turn other brothers and sisters towards or against that man. That's what a false rebuke does. But if it's not of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, it should come to naught. So your words ain't gonna happen. Your message ain't gonna happen. As you can see in that brother's rebuke, he got rebuked in the comments by a lot of brothers, man. Because you off. And then you got your little flockies, your little groupies that are standing with you because they off too. If you with the London seer, you off too, man. If you was a real brother, you should, hey, bro, you shouldn't have did that. All right? Yeah, that's not right, bro. That's not in order. At the end of the day, y'all talking about respect of persons. Y'all hold respect of persons to that guy. All right? Knowing that he's off. Knowing that he's wrong. Meddling another man's matters in that sense. Tale-bearing. Lying. Being a busybody. Going about. Dealing with shit that don't even pertain to you. Don't even pertain to you. Shouldn't even said nothing. Verse 17. Thou shalt not hate thy brother in thine heart. In any wise rebuke thy neighbor and not suffer sin upon him. Thou shalt not avenge nor bear any grudge against the children of thy people, but thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. I am Yahawah. And that goes with the second commandment, man. Love your neighbor as you love thyself. Okay? At the end of the day, this is a key. This is what we got to get on, right? So you placing all this energy, did over an hour, that brother and the other brother, our righteous service, y'all both did over an hour to rebuke. Because our reasonable service, bro, you was talking about the elder in South Carolina, and we know that, bro. You just didn't put rebuke, but you was talking about it. All right, that shit don't slide, bro. So at the end of the day, both of y'all put over an hour into energy that didn't even need to be placed over there. That was, out of the way. You know what I'm saying? It's BS. To me, it's bullshit. And it didn't even need to happen. Right? It's bigger things to focus on. As they say in the world, it's bigger fish to fry. Right? We right here down to the nitty gritty. And you got, we about to go out and fight some Philistines, but you got some brothers in the ranks that want to fight against each other right now. What the fuck is y'all doing? All right, man, we on the front lines, and y'all over here bickering and arguing with one another. Alright? But the elder more experienced, he like, man, what's fucking wrong with y'all, man? We on the front lines. What is wrong with y'all? Focus on the enemy. Focus on these Edomites. Focus on these Ishmaelites. Focus on these Moabites, these Ammonites, these people that want to destroy you, the Psalms 83 crew. Focus on them. Fuck all that other shit, man. Dang, if a brother is off, then Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi will handle it. Alright? You should not have said anything. Brothers be thinking that Yahawashi their damn self. What is wrong with you? Especially when you going at a righteous brother. I get it if a motherfucker was wicked as hell. Okay, whatever. But a righteous brother, man. You should really consider what you say towards a righteous brother. Like, more than anything, bro. Thou shalt not touch thy anointed. You know? Now, I'm off that subject, man. Alright? We're going to get on debunking the Hebrew Israelites, this clown. Who this morning, on the Tic Tac, what did he say? He said that, the new covenant, we in the new covenant. That's what he said. Alright? He's a clown. Oh, the brother said, hey, Shalawam, servants of the throne. He said, Shalawam a lot. If the London brother should mind his business, why aren't you doing the same? Because you made a video about something that had nothing to do with you. Sincerely. Okay, why? Why? Because a brother brought it to my attention, and he mentioned certain brothers that I know. Alright? That's why. Okay? I'm addressing an order situation at the end of the day. You know? If you don't feel it, bro, you ain't gotta watch. You know what I'm saying? If y'all brothers are so, y'all got a tunnel vision towards Great Millstone and affiliates or whatever it is, and you feel a certain way towards brothers, then that's it. You know, keep it moving. All right? At the end of the day. Now, Jeremiah 31 and 31. Let's go over there. At the end of the day, man, I ain't gonna play fake friends with nobody, or none of that. That ain't me. That ain't in my spirit. That ain't in my soul. All right. If you know that brother and all of that, you should have checked him. If that's your homeboy, you should have checked him. Okay? Honestly, you should have checked him. Now, this is Jeremiah 31 and 31. Behold, and more so on that, he's like I said earlier, in the rank level. Alright? That's why. Okay? That's why. So, our reasonable service and the other brother, man, y'all should have checked that brother, man. Y'all should have checked the brother, but you aligned with him and you joined with him to jump on a situation that he was off on. You're joining in a situation that he's off on. Therefore, you are, accomplished to the sin? You're an accomplice to the sin. So servants of the throne, if you feel the same type of way, then you're an accomplice to the sin. Alright? Because it goes back to rebuke thy brother that's on your rank. Same type of years, same type of level, etc., etc. Alright? Just Jeremiah 31 and 31. We're going to talk about the new covenant that we're not in, but we are transitioning into, because Yahawashi is the mediator. Behold, the days come, saith Yahawah, that I will make a new covenant with the house of Israel and with the house of Judah. So northern kingdom and southern kingdom. Not according to the covenant that I made with their fathers in the day that I took them by the hand to bring them out of the land of Egypt, which my covenant they break, although I was a husband unto them, saith Yahawah. Alright, and as we played the harlot, Yahawah put us away. He divorced us. Alright? So that's what you do. Because we committed what? Adultery. We worship and serve false gods. Other gods. And that's in the curses. That's Deuteronomy 28, 63, 64. worshiping false gods, wood and stone, that our fathers have not known. All right, verse 33. But this shall be the covenant that I will make with the house of Israel after those days, saith Yahawah. I will put my law in their inward parts and write it in their hearts, and will be their power, and they shall be my people. So pertaining to the situation, right? It won't never be no more situations like this. This is what I'm trying to tell you, servants of the throne, and you other brothers. The flesh will not get you no more and eat on you. And you won't have that presumptuousness about you, assuming or acting hasty towards the situation. This is, at the end of the day, it's the flesh, it's demons. All right? Displaced, misplaced energy, going the wrong direction. The wrong direction. Right? To divide. To divide. Like, bro, y'all can't see that shit? 34. And they shall teach no more, every man his neighbor, and every man his brother, saying, Know Yahawah, for they shall all know me, from the least of them unto the greatest of them. Saith Yahawah, for I will forgive their iniquity, and will remember their sin no more. Those everlasting bodies, which we are not in right now. So to debunking the Hebrew Israelites, you can't clearly see. Why are you teaching one another? Why are we teaching? Because we are not in the new covenant. In the new covenant, we will not have to teach a single Israelite soul. All right? We will teach these heathens. They will have to get right. Right? And they will still go through cycles of regeneration. This ever-going cycle of life and death. All right? But amongst the brothers, amongst Israelites, never perish again. We won't have to drink, eat, thirst, none of that. It's not going to happen. It won't be no more disputes in Israel. It won't even be no more different camps. All right? It won't be none of that. Okay? And to you brothers again, man, if y'all so damn butt hurt at Great Millstone and affiliates, then don't listen. Don't listen to the brothers. If you don't want to be under the rulership and the leadership, then don't listen. Don't give double honors. Don't do none of that. Alright? Because it does not, it's really bringing blame to the ministry when we fighting amongst each other in that sense. That's what I'm saying to y'all. Alright? And we all have our little disputes. Most definitely. Shalawam to the brother GMS Melbourne. I have my dispute with the brother, man. Me and the brother came back and we good as a fan. Because that's my brother at the end of the day. We may have disputes here and there. Alright? But that's examining one another and checking each other and getting right and joining and being in that body once again together, man. As one. So therefore the heart can help the lungs can help the heart, the liver can help the kidney, etc., etc. But if we fighting and bickering amongst each other, then it ain't nobody helping nobody. Alright, check my time. So this new covenant, we will not have to teach one another. We will all be in that everlasting body. 35. Thus saith Yahawah, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinances of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea, when the waves thereof roar. Yahawah of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me, saith Yahawah, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. And that's impossible. It's not going to happen. Thus saith Yahawah, if heaven above can be measured, they can't do it. They can spray chemtrails all day, as you can see in the background, but they can't measure it. And the foundations of the earth searched out beneath, I will also cast off all the seed of Israel for all that they have done, saith Yahawah. So the oceans, the great abyss, the great deep, if it can be measured out, if you can go to the bottom of the Mariana Trench, right? But they can't. Your sub would crack under the pressure. The drones and things that you got will crack under the pressure. You can make an estimate on how deep it is, but you can't reach the bottom. You can't measure out these deep places on this earth. All right? That one scientist that found a lake in the ocean, And then he got unalive. You can't measure that. You can't go deeper than that. Okay? You can't measure out the deep. 5% of the earth's oceans have been measured, they say. Right? So therefore, they're not even close. Esau not even close. So Israel will never be cast off. Right? It's always a remnant that will make it and get through. And that remnant is going to be unified. That remnant is not going to be bickering amongst each other. That remnant is not going to be fighting amongst each other. That remnant is going to be moving in one mind, sound, body, one band, one sound. That's the thing, man. Let's go to Romans. Chapter. Starting at the top. I say then, have power cast away his people? Power forbid. Letting you know, this is not going to happen. For I also am an Israelite of the seed of Abraham of the tribe of Benjamin. Paul, tribe of Benjamin. Modern day, you know, the correct name for the Jamaicans, the Trinidadians. Power have not cast away his people, which he foreknew. What ye not what the scripture saith of Elias, how he maketh intercession to power against Israel, saying, Yahawah, they have killed thy prophets, and digged down thine altars, and I am left alone, and they seek my life. But what saith the answer of power unto him? I have reserved to myself 7,000 men, a complete number of men, who have not bowed the knee to the image of Baal. Even so, and at today, that would be, you know, worshiping and serving Satan. Alright, Esau, his so-called religions, all the stuff that he's trying to place upon you. Okay? And taking that Sihib, taking that Neuralink, dealing with Satan, worshiping his image, taking on the likeness of him. Verse 5, even so them at this present time, also there is a remnant according to the election of grace. And if by grace, then is it no more of works, otherwise grace is no more grace. But if it be of works, then is it no more grace, otherwise work is no more work. What then? Israel have not obtained that which he seeketh for, but the election hath obtained it, and the rest were blinded. So everybody's not going to make it on this side of the timeline, on this side of the nukes, because the other side of the nukes is the kingdom. So on this side of the nukes, everybody's not ordained to make it. All right, regardless if you're calling on Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and you got the doctrine right now, that doctrine can easily be took away from you through bitterness, through grudges, through hate, through presumptuous sins, through hating the order that's set up. These type of things, man. But if you don't examine yourself, how you ever gonna figure out that this is what's holding you back? Right? If you're not unified in the elect, how you gonna come into the chariots? How you gonna go with all the brothers that's going if you ain't in the right spirit of those brothers? We should be of one body, man. Not different bodies. Okay? At the end of the day. Verse 8. According as it is written, power have given them the spirit of slumber. Eyes that they should... Yo, don't touch me, dog. Don't touch me.
Sorry, he's going.
Alright?
He's going.
Alright, God bless you.
Sorry. My bad, bro. I'm sorry.
It's all good.
We didn't try to give you attention. That's the only reason.
Okay. According as it is written, power have given them the spirit of slumber, eyes that they should not see, and ears that they should not hear, unto this day. So, delusion, great delusion, deep sleep. All right, at the end of the day, you know, we all got stumbling blocks. If you can't see it, believe it or not, we not perfect. Akyam and Akwakyam, you're not perfect. Hey, you come in the truth. Don't get hyped up in wisdom. Don't get hyped up in knowledge. Don't puff up your chest. Think that you know it all. To the point where you feel like you can rebuke an elder. You can rebuke a man that's over you. We saw that happen with Alizé, man. With Mojo Jojo. We saw him tell Elder Apostle Tahar to retire. Bro! And you brothers can't see y'all walking in the same lot? You walking in the same situation? You moving on the same path? You obviously can't see that? You're doing some of the same things? But you'll be like, you'll come back to me and say, I gotta respect a person. No, I gotta respect of the order. I gotta respect of the way things are handled correctly and properly. Ain't no respect of no fucking persons, man. Alright? Verse 9. And David saith, let their table be made a snare and a trap and a stumbling block and a recompense unto them. Let their eyes be darkened, that they may not see, and bow down their back always. And this is what's happened to brothers, man. This is what happened. We don't want this to happen to our brothers. Especially sincere brothers, man, that do the work. That go out, that hit the highways and byways. That push out videos every single day, man, constantly. You know, that fellowship, drop precepts, etc., etc. We don't want to see this happen. We don't want brothers to fall to the wayside or none of that. Over some fucking titles or over trying to be in a camp or whatever it is. Okay? That none of that should really push you away from Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi. Right? Is it the fact that you want to be in Great Millstone, or you want to be in Men of Valor, or you want to be in whatever it is? Is that gonna? They didn't accept me, so I'm not gonna push the word no more. Boo! Like, what is that about? What is that about? Is Yahawashi knocking on the door and supping with you? Is the spirit dwelling in you? Can you watch the videos from home? Right? So, brother said he was shutting off a brother from the... How the fuck is he shutting off a brother from the kingdom? Can a brother down here on this earth take the spirit from you, bro? So how can you shut off a brother from the kingdom? No. If Yahawah pours, Yahawah pours us. Not no man. So, London Seer, how did Elder Menatazabak shut off the doors? How? How? Well, you're the elder. He took the spirit from the brother. Can't you see? No, nigga. Can't no man take the spirit from you, dog. What's wrong with you brothers, man? He took the spirit from the brother. Can't you? Because he didn't allow him to come to camp. Oh, yo, this shit funny. These niggas is some gossip granny shit, like I said. You let another man... I thought you had to work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. Okay? But you let what a man say to you take your love for Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi away? You let that happen? Hey, if you that weak, and that's supposed to happen to you. If you are that weak where you let what another man say, then you ain't equipped to battle scoffers and mockers and things of that nature. You gotta block shit out, bro. If you studying, you reading, you watching videos, you getting the breakdowns, you getting the understanding, you're doing what you're supposed to do. Okay? Like this dude was yelling out his truck, and I just blocked the nigga out. Like, hey, okay, you wanna talk, you come down here, right? The dude come up, tap me on the shoulder. I'm like, nah, I hear him, I got good ears. I hear him. But you gotta block shit out. You can't let... It's an effeminate spirit. You can't let this stuff get to you, bro. You let a rebuke get to you, or somebody rejecting you, or you let that... Come on, man. You need to try to talk to more girls or something. Get rejection. You're gonna feel rejection. Oh, I done got rejected 5 times today. I must be ugly. What the fuck? You niggas is sauce, man. You can't... Your life is full of rejection. Life is full of losing. Life is full of defeat. This is what we're feeling right now. But you're not equipped to handle that. You're getting in your feelings. You didn't let the brother come to camp. Okay, so what? Watch camp. YouTube is free. You go on to YouTube. Literally, the video is recorded. You can actually go back and watch it. You can write notes down. You can write scriptures down, write precepts down. And you can study. You can go verify. Elder Apostle Gabor always tell us, trust but verify. You can go verify. You can look this up. Look up if the letter J was created in 1524. Look up if the name Jesus was created in the 1600s under these damn Edomites. Look that stuff up. I mean, I did. I mean, I'm saying I'm not smarter than any other brothers. I did. I looked it up. I researched it. Right? I watched the camp. What the brothers be saying, I look up, I research. So if a brother is rejected or told not to come, okay, what is that stopping you from getting the truth? How is that stopping you from getting the truth? Watch. You have a phone. You can make a fucking rebuke video off of your phone, but you can't watch camp off your phone? Oh, it don't work that way. These niggas soft, man. Alright? Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi ain't with that. All these damn excuses. Because you want to rebuke somebody. Oh, you the man now. You the man now. Verse 11. I say then, have they stumbled that they should fall? Power forbid, but rather through their fall salvation is come unto the Gentiles, for to provoke them to jealousy. Now, if the fall of them be the riches of the world, and the diminishing of them the riches of the Gentiles, how much more their fullness? For I speak to you Gentiles, Israelite brothers and sisters, that are living as Americans, that are living as Jamaicans, living as Haitians, living as Trinidadians, living as Puerto Ricans, Cubans, alright, Mexicans, you know, Aztec, Incas, Mayans, right? Living as these other nations. These nations, these bywords and these proverbs, these Gentiles. For I speak to you, Gentiles, inasmuch as I am the apostle of the Gentiles, I magnify my office. If by any means I may provoke to emulation, that word, emulation, is a sense of chastisement. I see why the brother don't like, maybe he don't like Elder, because he used a lot of emulation, chastisement. You may say he's picking on somebody. Well, that's in a sense what emulation is, right? But it's more so to provoke you, to show you. We persuade men through the fear of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. So emulation is in that effect. It's in our characteristics to chastise and pick on and teach in that way. Brothers teach differently, right? But hey, if you eat pork, you're gonna get cancer, bro. Alright, it is what it is. Okay, you keep fucking around with Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi and not keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes, you're eventually going to die. Alright? You may be preserved for a death. Alright? But you sitting around here wanting to examine another man, and you need to examine yourself. If you come in the correct way, if you come in the righteous way. Alright? I ain't eating nothing. Alright, let's keep it going. Verse 14 again. If by any means I may provoke to emulation them which are my flesh, and might save some of them. Because by us rebuking certain brothers, showing a correct order, then others are looking at it and being like, oh man, I don't want to be that brother. I don't want to be London. I don't want to be London seer. I don't want to be out of order. I don't want to rebuke an elder. Right? I want to be in order. This is the thing with you brothers, man. A lot of you do not have discipline. You've never had discipline. You might have not had a father to discipline you. Or, you know, a strict mother or whatever. And a mother really can't be the role of a father. Alright? So you may not have discipline, the correct order. You got an illusion of order, which is set up. Okay? That's why you feel like you can go up against order that's set up. At the end of the day, bro, you going up against Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi. All right? And our reasonable service, you said that that brother was rebuking that brother and it's coming from Yahawah. No, that's a fucking lie. You twisting the scriptures. All right? You say, yo, we don't want to hold back our sword from blood. Okay. But then your brothers come on my live right now and be like, why are you? Because I'm not holding back my sword from blood. But you would take it and twist it and say, I'm off now. Hey, twist it how you want, bro. Twist it how you want. At the end of the day, y'all ain't gotta fuck with me. Cause I ain't no respecter of persons. If you wanna say that. The brother was wrong in his rebuke, and that's what it is. It ain't gonna change. He was wrong, he was off. He should have not have stepped in that mud pile. He was off. Alright? For if the casting away of them be reconciling of the world, what shall the receiving of them be but life from the dead? Some brothers have to fall for other brothers to rise. Saul was that example. Right? Certain brothers was that example. Judas was that example. Right? Even though, hey, Satan went into him. But it's to show you what not to be. London Seer, right now, you are that example. To show other brothers what not to be. Our reasonable service. You want to ride with the brother? Then you are that example. What's the brother name? Servants of the throne. You want to ride with the brother? Then you are that example. The whole clique. Y'all may be that example right now. IUIC is that example. ISUPK is that example. Many brothers have to fall for others to rise. Yahawashi, what? He should, man, let's get that. I don't want to butcher it. Y'all act like we all got it. We all gonna make it. No. Alright, this is Luke 2:34. And Simeon blessed them and said unto Mary, his mother, behold, this child is set for the fall and rising again of many in Israel, and for a sign which shall be spoken against. That didn't say everybody gonna rise. No, the fall and rising of many. Zechariah 13:8 and 9. Have you ever thought in your mind, it's 2/3 amongst us that know the word, that teach it, right? They just waiting for their little spot, and they waiting for their chance to strike. Oh yeah, it's the perfect time to rebuke an elder. Let me do it. That's what the brother was on. I've been waiting on this moment. I'm gonna wait for him to go off. He ain't even go off. The fuck? That's like I'm saying, bro. That's some granny gossip shit. That's some female shit, bro. You know, that's something like our wives are doing something. A girl that you messing with to do. You try to correct her on some shit, but she be like, well, you always doing this, and you always, bitch, shut up. Like, what? You ain't say shit when I was doing it. Shit, you waiting, you holding shit back, though. You got ammo, so you want to unleash it now. No, when I feel some shit, I say it. Alright? But you holding shit back. That's called a grudge. That's called bitterness. It's baking and cooking in your soul. Can't you realize that? It's baking and cooking in your soul. You holding this stuff back. And you like, yeah, my perfect time to strike. That's snake behavior. That's Esau behavior. Look at what Esau is doing right now. He's plotting and scheming. And then he's going to strike on us at the perfect time. You move like Esau. Alright? Verse 16. For if the first fruit be holy, the lump is also holy. And if the root be holy, so are the branches. And if some of the branches be broken off, and thou being a wild olive tree, wert grafted in among them, and with them partaketh of the root and fatness of the olive tree. Boast not against the branches, but if thou boast, thou bearest not the root, but the root thee. Don't be in a high-minded spirit. Didn't Peter get rebuked for this same matter? Right? Changing up, switching up. Gentiles come around, blah, blah, blah. Oh, Jews come around, you know, brothers circumcised and all that. You change up, right? We got to be the same with each other. So that goes back to not being a respecter of persons. Letting what a brother say change. Because at the end of the day, that goes back to be effeminate. I didn't like what the brother said about me. That's what it is, man. Hey, we all had to get that effeminate spirit up off of us, man. I remember I got my rebukes, and I was like, I ain't like what y'all said about me. But hey, a lot of it was true. I had to take it. Take it, man. Take it. Get better. Grow. Understand you was wrong. Examine yourself. Right? Or don't. Don't. That's fine. Do what the fuck you want to do, Alright? At the end of the day, Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is going to deal with those that's with him. That's what I'm saying. If the brother got rejected from the camp, regardless, are you keeping the scriptures? Are you keeping the laws, commandments, and statutes to the best of your ability? Are you working out your own salvation with fear and trembling? Alright? Going to the chariots, do you have to have a great millstone name on you? No. The elders tell us a lot of times, bro, it's agents in the camp. Okay? So y'all gotta lose that shit, man. It comes down to, do you got this truth or do you not have this truth? We know it's a lot of elect men, possibly in IURC, possibly in ISUPK, maybe GOCC, maybe them other camps as well. They gotta come out. You can't just hate the whole camp, and you can't just like the whole camp. Oh yeah, the brother came in my live, he had GMS on his name. Oh man, that brother gotta be real brother. Brother could be wicked as fuck. Okay? Or it could be likewise, brother come in your live, he don't got nothing on his name, he just a brother. His name could be Devon. But Devon could be of the 144,000. He just ain't woke up yet. But you gonna treat Devon differently? No, you're gonna deal with him like a brother. You're gonna try to help Devon. If Devon is sincere, then you're gonna deal with Devon. You know, Devon might start getting it. Oh shit, yeah, my father, he American black. So I'm tribe of Judah. You know what I'm saying? Devon might start getting it. Okay? At the end of the day. So you brothers having a respect of persons on these titles things. The book of Job speaks about not, you know, raising yourself up with titles, phylacteries, flattering yourself over this shit. A title don't matter. I remember, man, I ain't gonna talk. Somebody I know in the military was an E5 and then got their rank took from them, stripped from them. Position took, right? And knocked down to an E3. A lower level. Rank, all rank took, power took, authority took. Right? So that title that you once thought was your saving grace, that shit got pulled away. We see it happen all the time in this truth. Look at the dude in Ohio. Alright? Look at Comfy. You know, look at these guys that you hear about. You warned about. Not to be like him. Not to be like them. It happens all the time. Titles get stripped. You thought you became that title. No, bro. It's this truth. It's this living water. Alright? Hey, Shalawam, the brother of Payam. Shalawam. Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Barak, Ahtham. You and your household. Okay? So, you know, wrapping it up, because I got to go to work. You know what I'm saying? But the brother should not have rebuked that elder. You don't rebuke elders. All right? You shouldn't have did that. You know, and tying into it with the new covenant, it just shows that we're not in the new covenant because the flesh is still overtaking our brothers. You know? And we still got bickering and murmuring amongst our brothers. Okay? And it sucks to see it. It sucks to see. You know, you hate it. You hate it. But sifting is needed. Spring cleaning. A lot of cleaning up. Alright? Stuff has to be cleaned up. Okay? Don't be a busybody in this truth. Let's get that. Because First Peter 4. Let's go up some. Let's start at 12. Beloved, think it not strange concerning the fiery trial which is to try you as though some strange thing happened to you unto you. Godly sorrow, you know, gives work to repentance. When worldly sorrows gives work unto death. So suffering in this truth brings us to be better individuals, leads us to examinations, leads us to correct our actions, leads us to accept that we were off, that we were wrong, that we were hasty, that we misspoke, that we should have held our tongue, that we shouldn't have spoke on a matter, right? That we didn't have full understanding of. But rejoice inasmuch as ye are partakers of Hamashiach's sufferings, that when his glory shall be revealed, ye may be glad also with exceeding joy. If ye be reproached for the name of Hamashiach, happy are ye, for the spirit of glory and of power resteth upon you. On their part he is evil spoken of, but on your part he is glorified. But let none of you suffer as a murderer, or as a thief, or as an evildoer, or as a busybody in other men's matters. Yet if any man suffer as a Christian, let him not be ashamed, but let him glorify power on his behalf. For the time is come that judgment must begin at the house of power. And if it first begin at us, what shall be the end? What shall the end be of them that obey not the gospel of power? Alright. So, like I'm saying, a great sifting. That sifting is taking place, and it's gonna hype. It's gonna rise up. We're seeing certain men getting exposed for, hey, bending over and letting their wives mess with their privates, right? Certain men get exposed for messing with kids. You know, certain men that said brothers mess with kids, but they was messing with kids. All right, we see a lot. It's a lot of exposure. Okay, certain men holding bitterest grudges towards other brothers. They're getting exposed for it. The eye ain't single. If the eye is full of darkness, then it's gonna eventually be shown. Regardless if you got the name or not, it's gonna eventually be shown. Okay, so that's sifting, man. If Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi is truly dealing with you, it will be known. What did David say? Choose between me and thee. Or let Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi judge between me and thee, loosely quote. Alright? So at the end of the day, let Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi judge the matter. Let it be. Alright? I see men as trees. The scriptures describe men as trees as well. You know, we ain't nothing special. We ain't nothing. You know, we are the apple of Yahweh's eye. But even in this flesh, we are unclean vessels. We are nothing special, man. And this flesh can overtake you. It can get over on you. It can mess with you. Going back to what I was saying about the brother London Seer, man. Bitterness, grudges, these are worldly, women, effeminate type of attributes that men of Yahawah Bahasham Yahawashi should not display and showcase. This is not what you should be teaching. Because a bitter soul, bro, if you got bitterness in your heart, let's say you bitter and you got a whole family, then who you gonna talk to? You gonna talk to your wife about it, then she's gonna be bitter. She's gonna feel the same way about that brother that you feel about that brother. All right, that bitterness is gonna trickle down into your entire household. And if you're leading a camp or you're fellowshipping with brothers, then you're gonna, hey, yeah, that brother, you saw that brother rebuke that brother? Yeah, that brother was off, bro. He shouldn't have did that shit. Like, that bitterness is gonna trickle into that. So you see how this little bitterness and grudge that you're holding can trickle to all these other brothers that you know and that you deal with? And then boom, before you know it, you got beefs and hate and all of this, right? If you got rejected and you ain't get accepted because something was off in your doctrine, then you should have checked it. You should have fixed that. That's all. If you want to be accepted, you should. First of all, you shouldn't be trying to be accepted by men. Of course, brothers want to be, you know, amongst the brotherhood and all that. But what if you're not? Okay. Make sure yourself is correct with Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, and then you will eventually ease into it. Brothers will recognize that, right? At the end of the day, you know. All right, man. With that being said, I'm gonna wrap it up. All right, I don't see no precepts. Yeah, we don't hit that. Matter of fact, let's go to Jeremiah. Let's go to Jeremiah real quick. Because that scripture I've been quoting, it's been on my mind. I'm gonna get it real quick. Jeremiah 49. Actually 48 and 10. Cursed be he that doeth the work of Yahawah deceitfully, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. This also applies to false rebukes. This also applies to you using the word deceitful, saying that a brother is blocking out heaven or offending a little one when that actually didn't take place. Okay? You are using the word of Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi deceitfully by doing that. London seer. And you know that. If you don't know how to use the word, then don't use it. Learn more. That's why we read Hebrews 5 and 12. That was the first scripture we brought out. Because you obviously need to get the milk. Obviously, again. Alright? 11. Nah, we're good. Because you are making yourself a curse. Curse. Alright? Shalawam.
You know what I'm saying? You see that brother right there?
Anyway, you know what I'm saying? Oh man. Your brother had a demon on him because he was over there talking to himself. You know? And we gotta be careful, man. I want to end it with be careful out here. Alright? Be very careful because, you know, be alert. We not paranoid or nothing like that, but be careful. Alright? That goes back to the whole matter. You don't gotta let nobody come. If you want to come and stand, then come and stand. But shit, we ain't gotta accept nobody in. We ain't gotta deal with nobody. Like, in that sense, man. You know? I gotta protect me and my family, bro. And I ain't letting nobody come in between that. I ain't letting nobody I ain't letting that happen. You know what I'm saying? I'm very cautious and on alert. So we gonna be careful, man. We know Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi is with us. The angels camp around us. You know what I'm saying? So it goes back to being circumspect. If y'all brothers is naive and gullible and you just everybody, whatever, that's not being circumspect. You're not supposed to deal with everybody. You know? So with that being said, I'm gonna face the east. Towards Jerusalem. All praise be to Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, Bahasham, Kakadash. Double honors to the apostles, elders, and bishops of the great millstone, also known as GMS, which rule well and teach well, and sincerity taught us this truth. And if you ain't listening to them, but you still giving double honors to them, but you rebuking them and doing all that, then you not with them, bro. Stop giving double honors, man. If you don't really agree with what they saying, then why the fuck is you trying to deal with them? All right? As always, Kwam Yasharahla, and Shalawam to the Lord's hopeful elect, and Baba to this wicked kingdom. All right? Let me get this real quick, brother. Drop one. 1 Peter 5 and 8. Be sober, be vigilant, because your adversary, the devil, as a roaring lion, walketh about, seeking whom he may devour. Con. And that also goes into him jumping into brothers, possessing brothers, spirits jumping on brothers, bitterness, grudges jumping on brothers, man. To divide from the inside out. Right? Be sober, meaning your doctrine, your understanding, your examination. Be sober. If you're not 100% on something, ask a brother. Be vigilant, watchful, alert, cautious. Check it. Hey, am I going off on this? Am I correct on this? Check it. Be correct. Come correct. Right? Think about your actions. Think about the consequences of your actions. That's what this truth teaches us, to be accountable. If I do this, then this may happen. I know if I did this live, then service of the throne, unreasonable, unreasonable service, plain upon tables, brothers like that, you know, y'all may feel a different way because y'all deal with the London seer. Y'all know that, brother. I know y'all may feel a certain type of way, right? But I'm not in this thing to be anybody's friend. I'm not in this thing to hold nobody's hand or, you know, whatever it be, all right? I'm in this for Yahawah, Bahasham, Yahawashi, to work out my own salvation with fear and trembling and to uplift my nation, man. All right, to eventually make it into the kingdom, you know, hopefully to walk through that straight gate, right? We ain't here to get beers and talk on the phone or none of that bullshit. We ain't here for none of that. I don't give a fuck about none of that, man. In the world, I ain't had no friends. Really, I ain't really deal with no. I've been a introvert my whole life, man. Right? You know what I'm saying? Now, if you trying to do a lesson or something, I'm with that. But all that other shit, I've been like, I'm chilling. All right? I got a family. I got kids. I play with my kids. That's my joy. That's my fun at home. You know, we play the game. You know what I'm saying? Shoot, if I ain't doing no lesson, I'm most likely playing with my kids. All right? So, hey, man, with that being said, Shalawam.